All right, you all psychoanalysts. Here's the roll call. Thomas Ogden. Who else? Do I know anybody else? Yukari Yanagino. Jameson Webster. Simon Critchley. We'll put you in there too, even though you're a psychoanalyst. We're all psychoanalysts. In the old sense, not in the new updated sense. My sense. Jeffrey Prager, Eric Anders, Jim Buse, Linda Wilkes, Stephen Moss of Pasadena, Joel Miller of Pasadena, Dr. Hutton with the clicking machine, the medieval clicking machine, Dr. Hutton, the psychiatrist in Pasadena with the expensive office and the what is it called? Transcranial TMS, TC, transcranial trans something stimulation. More like trans something charlatanism. Because your office is a quack racket, to coin a term. Hutton? You're not Timothy Hutton. I think that's an actor, right? Wasn't he in Falcon and the Snowman? Which are you, Dr. Hutton? Are you the Falcon? Are you the Snowman? Are you Muslim? Are you Inuit? Are you Sami? Dr. Richard Engel, you're not off the hook. You're in New York City. Did I cover everybody? Neil Voris, Matthew von Nonworth, Baldwin. Yeah, what the hell, Worth Baldwin, you belong in there too. You're a psychoanalyst. You're just a psychoanalyst in denial, brother. Everybody in the group in Atlanta is. Don't you experience pain from that? Just from that? Knowing your capacities, worth as a thinker, but having no ground to stand on, no ground of authority to stand on, what are you left with? To make a monograph and email it to me, which I do appreciate. You know, for as much worth that I've been giving you a hard time, we are family. I mean, you're more family to me than any family that I've got except Dale. I mean, it's a biological fact. I was 15, man. Even though I don't really know you guys, you are my lineage. Probably in a way that nobody else really in the group experienced. I was just so damn young to be exposed to just nuclear rocket fuel. I mean, it couldn't have been any other way, okay? The trials, worth of a thinker, spiritual, mystical philosopher. The trials, not only are they hard, as it so happens, but you know as well as anybody does, Worth, they must be hard. They must be hard in the right way. This must be hard in a non-coercive way. Jan didn't understand that. He accepted money. He fucked people in the group, literally. Penis vagina fucking. Who knows what other fuckholes. Okay? I mean, I don't even know if there's really much more that needs to be said. I mean, Jan, in other words, he just shit on his system so hard by the very ethos that he lived. Not the structure of the group, but simply and mainly, not only, but simply and mainly, the total refusal to theorize the concept of authority in an objective way that's applicable at the level of ordinary, universal human experience. Jan was still stuck in some kind of mad dog model where there are leaders and followers. And as much as he would try to wriggle himself out of these kind of dialethic traps, he can't get out of it because he felt it too forcefully. The dominance of the whole thing. It's pretty gross. And it's funny, I think one of the only letters, physical letters, because I had big correspondence with Jan Cox in the last few years of his life, over email primarily. We never spoke on the phone. We never spoke on the phone once. I wrote him a letter. I was 15 years old, I guess. I have it. It's I should just go grab the letter. I think I have it here somewhere. I'm gonna have to, maybe on the next one. Anyway, I was like, hey, I'm young and you look like a leader and I don't want to be a follower. Something like that. And he wrote back and he said something about binary thinking and leaders and followers falling into a kind of binary distinction that a serious individual knows how to avoid. So what is that just like? So in other words, don't worry that you're going to become my follower now. So anyway, I didn't give a fuck. I became the follower because why not? Again, I was already a very experienced Zen practitioner. Where else could I go in my mind that I had not already been? By 15, I was psychically not really... I was basically psychically impervious to fucking anything. I mean, in terms of inner phenomenological sort of discomfort. So yeah, as an experienced Zen practitioner, I mean, I had already graduated from my hitting baseballs with Zen stuff. And, you know, if they had been offering a degree in it, I'd have a master's degree. Easily, because I was hitting baseballs all day, every day for like 5 years. If I was not in school, I was hitting baseballs, period. The end. I had a pitching machine in my garage. I could take batting practice 24/7 anytime I wanted. There was a field house at Venado Middle School where my former junior high school, a field house, kind of a covered auditorium area with tall racquetball walls. This is in Irvine, of course. And I'd just go over there. I'd even go in the rain, plenty of times in the rain. Why did I go over there in the rain so much? It was like, one thing I would do, I came up with all kinds of exercises, training for myself with baseball. One thing that I would do is I'd just get a normal baseball and I would wrap it really, really tight with duct tape so that it resembled like a softball, but heavier. It looked like a ball of duct tape. So, I mean, this thing was like 3 times as heavy as a baseball. And I would go to the field house and I would and Coach Flint always taught us this was literal religion in Irvine baseball. So if you had a fungo bat, right, for batting practice, and like let's say I'm standing at home plate and there's the baseball field there. If a coach is hitting batting infield ground balls, if the swing is going like this, so if the coach is going to hit the ball like that and the ball's going to go over there, the rule is that you throw the ball with your right hand under your left arm like this, and then you grab the bat like this, whack. That's the supposedly proper way that Joslin and Heck and Flint and Judd and Marchant and all the rest of the merry band of LSD pranksters taught. Because if we were naive, we would hold the bat like this and throw the ball like this. We quickly learned that that was a sin. Anyway, I would hit the whack. I would do that for hours. I was a switch hitter too, so same thing here. Is that correct? Yeah. Whack. Like that. If you're another thing I would do is I would do the same thing with baseball bats. So we in around my age that time, like 8th grade, freshman high school, we used. I used I guess it was a 32-ounce bat, aluminum bat, very light. I don't know how heavy a major league bat is compared to a 32-ounce Black Magic Easton bat, but they're much heavier. Major League Baseball bat. And but when I was on my own, when I was taking batting practice on my own, in other words, when I was not working out with other players, or even working out with other players just informally. I would not use extra heavy equipment if I was training with if I was working out with a team. But anyway, don't mean to split hairs about that. But these are significant points because we're talking about a Zen practice. It would not, I'm not retrojecting that. I was doing Zen practice because my batting instructor said here, well, he didn't have it, but he said, go get Sadaharu A Zen Way of Baseball. And I read it in like an hour or whatever a day. And boom, that was it. My path was clear. My path was all laid out in front of me. So when I say that I was hitting, if I was not in school, and boy, did I really scheme about how I could get out of school. Because I just need to be working out all day. If I'm going to be a professional baseball player, of course, that's not really a legitimate aim to have as a high school boy. And so I received zero encouragement. Zero. And I received plenty of discouragement, most notably from Constantine. Baseball was the first thing of mine that Constantine officially decided to hate. So anything related to me, like birthdays or whatever, if there was any question of some, he'd say, well, we can do anything or you can have anything you want, as long as it's not related to baseball. Then he gave me the same spiel with music. After I couldn't compete in baseball, I gravitated toward music. I started buying machines. Oh yeah, I can. Your birthday's coming, or name day. Name day is big with Greeks. October 26th is my name day. I'll buy you anything that you want, just as long as it's not related to music. And then he proceeded to dominate my life with real estate for the next 20 years, and now I'm fucking rich, but hey, that wasn't fun. It's not the real estate I'm complaining about. I'm more of a real estate investor than Constantine ever could be because he's illiterate. I actually have a theory of investment value. And you, dear listener, have reason to believe that I'm telling you the truth about that. My father has no theory of investment value, and yet he is a multi-millionaire. And he holds the fact against everybody that he meets. And everybody that he knows, and everybody, most importantly, in his family. Dear Father. Dad, you have no theory of investment value. So, how do you get rich? By hard work? Yeah, but how hard did you work? I mean, your sisters did most of the work. Eleftheria y Mariana to 80-20. Pareto, Xeris, afto. 80-20. Who is the 80 and who's the 20 in this picture? Well, actually, the Pareto analysis probably gets us some kind of realistic realpolitik, like, let's just be adults and fucking move on and just deal with each other and accept each other or whatever, right? But the problem is that, Dad, you're just so aggressive trying to push your buildings and your real estate on people. Why? Because you don't receive love? No, you don't receive love. You don't feel loved or what? I don't know how it works because you don't have the symbolico-conceptual capacity to talk about any of these things, even though you're living through them just the same as any other human is.